Hi, now are we on? Guys, I just did practice intro for the podcast. I started before Paul even hit record because I guess I don't remember how to podcast anymore. I cracked open my beer before the beginning of the show.
She did the biggest burp before the mic.
Yeah, I already blew a burp. I don't know. I'm rusty, Jen.
You're off your game.
Guys, it's me, Christina Walkinshaw, with me as always.
Jen Murphy.
And listen, turns out we can't count. We thought we put enough podcasts in the bank before we both left town. And then turns out we didn't. Turns out we did the counting at residuals late at night, 6 beers in, and we couldn't even count to 3.
We'd like to apologize to all the millions of fans that missed out on our podcast this last Monday.
Namely, the one person that tweeted at us. But you guys got an episode out this week.
We promised to make it up to you with an extra long one today.
Tonight you're getting extra long.
Yeah.
So,
extra long.
Extra long.
Like a full 34. I was kidding. We're going to do an hour.
We're going to do. Yeah, I think we are. I think we're going to go long, you guys. We're going to go long.
It's been 3 weeks.
Paul's spooging salad dressing all over his salad right now.
Yeah, Paul. Why is that turning me on?
Weird. The two women are drinking beers at 3 p.m. and Paul is having a salad.
Well, it is from McDonald's.
He's wearing, to be fair, he is wearing a t-shirt that says influencer. And you know what? Eating that salad from McDonald's and dropping your iPad shows you are definitely in control of everything in this room. Okay, great. We're back. So I have so much to discuss with you. Let's start here. Let's start with the excitement. So I re-listened to our podcasts and I realized we, as much as I was revealing in Bareback Mountain, I don't know what we revealed about your love life, but we know that you had a fan. You had an admirer on the. Whoa! What just happened to the headphones?
My ears popped out.
Okay, oopsies.
I did have an admirer.
You had an admirer on the Norwegian Joy, and I just got off the Joy. By the way, it's an amazing ship.
You
it's
spent
my favorite
2 weeks
one.
with my admirer.
I sure did, and he sure did send me home with a present for you. First of all, can we just talk about how funny this guy is? This guy is like this tall Serbian guy, and like every time he makes me a drink, he hands it to me and he goes, "Yum yum." A like stone cold face, but like he's passionate. He's very excited for you to have the drink, and you know whenever he gets frustrated, you just hear this like loud "Oi!" Oi! And then so when I first met him, I was gonna introduce myself as, your best friend of all time. And I was like, "Oh, hi, I'm Jen Murphy's friend." And I didn't know what to say. Like, I didn't want to be like, "I know that you love her. You're a big fan." So instead I just said, "Oh, I'm Jen Murphy's friend. She speaks very highly of you." And he goes, "That is because I am very high."
Okay, I'm going to tell you what sucked me in. Okay. First of all, he's hilarious. He's also he's also a little scary.
He is hilarious, and but yeah, he's a little intimidating, but in that very, like, cool way.
He's like, when I look at him, I'm like, you're hilarious, and you could kill me with your bare hands.
I would feel safe around that guy. That guy could kick anybody's ass. He's very attractive. He's very attractive.
Part of the thing that made me want to keep talking to him every night, because his broken English, some of the shit that comes out is hilarious.
I have another one that I wrote down that he said that really made me laugh. So like towards the end of the week or whatever, I was like, "So how long do you have left on the ship?" And he goes, "Soon."
Well,
like, you're right. The broken English is so charming. Like
it is.
It's just,
First of all, we can say his name, right?
Yeah.
Zoran, which makes it even better.
Zoran the Serb.
I think we said his name in the last podcast.
I think so.
Yeah.
Zoran the Serb.
So there were several conversations that made me laugh, but one, I wrote it down because I know I didn't tell you on the last one. One of them, I was asking him about, Zoran has been divorced 3 times.
Right.
So from his last marriage, he has a kid, this little daughter that's like 3 years old or whatever, and he showed me a picture. And so I said, "Oh, this also shows the difference between worlds,
right?
Cultures,
yeah."
So I said, "Oh, are you cool with your ex-wife? Like, do you get to see your daughter whenever you want to?" And he's just staring at me. He goes, "Yeah, what do you mean?" I said, "Like, are you guys cool? Or do you have to have like visiting hours, or can you see her whenever you want?" And he goes, "Of course I see her whenever I want." I am Zoran, I kill you.
Oh my God.
And I was like, you can see her whenever you want. Yeah, okay.
Oh my God.
But he just looked at me like, what are you talking about?
Hilarious. You don't give me what I want, I kill you. I don't know what you're talking about.
There's no making visiting hours in Serbia.
Oh my God. It's so funny.
Every time he said, I am Zoran, I was like, this is going to be good.
Oh my God.
There were quite a few sentences that started with that.
I wanted to write down like everything he said. It was so funny.
Did you ever meet him in the crew bar?
I saw him in the crew bar maybe one time. I stopped going to the crew bar and I started buying bottles of wine and hanging out on the 8th floor outside. Yeah. I know. But I get like people out there, like Tom, like I was working with Tom Simmons and Rob Little. And then like I'm friends with Murray, like the country singer, and friends with the Beatles. So I used to just like gather people up, grab some drinks, go to the 8th floor, be outside late at night, especially once we got down to like Mexico. The weather was nice and it was humid and it was amazing. Like I loved
it's so much better.
Can we talk about this? Oh wait, where did we put my phone? I didn't realize I would need it, and now I'm like,
no phone.
There's just one picture I have to show you that I took a picture of. I only just
when you
remembered.
plugged in your phone, I got so happy. I was like, oh good, she won't be distracted.
I'm gonna hand it right back to Paul right after.
Paul, you're in charge of the phone
because you have to explain this to me. But again, this is like Zoran, spilling his heart out to me, or how much.
Okay, when you're finding it, I'm gonna tell you
much he likes Jennifer of my soul.
The crew.
Jennifer of my soul. I've now changed Jen's name in my phone to Jennifer of my soul. By the way. Okay, where are we going? Where is this weird, creepy photo now? No, okay, it's obviously after this.
The first night we hung out in the crew bar, and he showed up, and I was like, Zoran. So, okay, he's the bartender. I'm going to explain for Paul and everybody else.
Here we go. Okay, yeah.
He's the bartender at the comedy club, so that's why I saw him every single night, obviously. And first time we ran into him I had gotten a bottle of wine, and we were with the Beatles. Not the real ones, but, on the ship.
That's my favorite part about working on a cruise. Oh, just hanging out with the Beatles right now.
So I have like a whole bottle of wine and, a classic. And he sits down, he's talking to us. He goes, you try wine and Pepsi? I go, no. He's like, oh, that's my favorite drink.
He drinks wine and Pepsi? Oh, my God.
And we were like, no, we don't think so. Like, that doesn't sound good. And he goes, you try. And he stands up. He goes and gets like a can of Pepsi and 3 more cups, takes my whole bottle of wine and divvies it up between the cups and then pours not even a little bit of Pepsi like you're trying to make sangria, like half Pepsi. And we're all just sitting there and he's like, try, it's good. We take one that's just like, who drinks this?
Oh no, he ruined the wine.
He went and bought me another bottle. He's fine. But I was just like, who drinks half Pepsi, half red wine?
I've never heard of that ever.
Well, like if you go to Serbia, you will.
I feel like every culture has their own drink. I feel like the Brits really like their vodka diet, and now I know the Serbs like red wine and Pepsi. So he takes me over to like this nook.
The napkin's
the napkin's still there. Tell me about this napkin. He's like, I tell nobody can take that napkin off that windowsill. That is the Jennifer napkin. Look, there's just a random napkin on the Norwegian Joy kicking it on a windowsill, and he won't let anybody remove it. It's like in sweet memory of Jen Murphy.
Okay, there's a big window facing the ocean, and that's a windowsill that's low enough that you can sit on it.
Yes.
So I did 17 shows. I wasn't interested in watching the headliners after day 2.
Yeah.
But I have to be there because I'm the host. So I would go sit in the windowsill and like stare out into the ocean. And one time it kind of looked a little dirty, so I placed this napkin. Not that would cover my butt.
It's a cocktail napkin, just in case you're worried.
But I sat on the napkin, and then Zoran caught me. He goes, what are you doing? And I said, I put this napkin. He goes, it's not big enough.
Oh my God.
And apparently the napkin is still there.
Now the napkin is still on the windowsill.
If somebody moves that.
And he won't he's like, I do not let anyone move napkin. The napkin is there for life. So if anybody wants a very nostalgic napkin, cocktail napkin from the Norwegian Joy, go to the social and go to the back bar area and hit that windowsill.
Maybe I need to move to another country because nobody's ever been that into me.
I do feel like foreigners are more into me too. But I also feel like I'm just easier and more open to romance when I'm not at home.
Or is it because they've been on the ship so long?
Could be. He was trying to set me up with this other Serbian guy who was a passenger, who was very nice, and I saw him throughout the ship, and I even saw him at the gym sometimes. But like, he's like, where you go? I set you up with this. And I was like, bud, I can't fuck the passengers. Stop doing this. Like,
yeah,
do you tell the passengers I can't fuck them? You should. God.
No, I think things are different on the ship because I was standing by his bar for a long because it made me laugh to watch him serve people. Yeah. Women were like throwing themselves.
Oh, they love him.
And I'm like, you wouldn't do that if you weren't on vacation on a ship.
Yeah, that's true. And the second week of my ship was like a lot of older people. So it was like anybody who was under 40 kind of stuck out. Like
you had
is like
some old people.
this is like my favorite kind of night after. I would go to the 8th deck. Like this is what started out me doing it by myself, reading my book, having a glass of wine, charcuterie board on the 8th floor alone on this
Nice.
couch. It was so beautiful out. But then it started to turn into a party. And then I'd be like, oh, I'm going to be out the 8th floor. And people would come join me.
Okay, Paul.
It was-
Phone.
Oh, what was that? Oh, yeah. I put that back on the charger. That's it. Yes, I work with Tom Simmons and Rob Little. And I love them both. And Tom, do you know Tom Simmons?
I met him once because I was in Atlanta. He's in New York, right?
He lives in North Carolina.
Oh, okay. I met him years ago at a Laughing Skull in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I
that
remember
makes
him being
sense.
hilarious.
He's hilarious, super political. Of course, it's hard to be political on the ship. But he walks this line if he can kind of bring up politics and not show a side, which is like fair.
Yeah.
But he certainly did do a joke about the Confederate flag. And then this man got up in the middle of the show and left, pulled his wife out of the comedy club. And then Tom's like, oh, you don't like the Confederate flag joke? And then he just turns around and goes, no. He goes, I'm leaving, douchebag. And yells douchebag. And it was great. And nobody minded the man leaving. Tom is brilliant. He's such a funny comic. But that was like the second show on the first night. So I was like, well, we're off to an interesting start. And then that man found him on Facebook and was like, only 266 followers. And just like this man is clearly obsessed with Tom now. Like,
That's so weird when somebody gets so outraged over something simple.
I know. Oh, it's just a joke. If you don't like it, whatever. But anyways, Tom is brilliant. And that douchebag guy was, wow, that was hilarious. Also, let's talk about how sometimes I can be a really bad feminist. This just shows that I'm from a different generation of women, all right? Because most women would be like, table flip, and my reaction was different. But somebody came up to me after one of my shows and was like, just want to let you know that your tits look really good on that dress on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I said? Thanks.
Well, has feminism gone so far that you can't even say that?
I mean, it was mildly creepy, and I could have made it been like, you can't say creepy things like that to women, but like my boobs only really just grew in the last 3 years, so these are still like new moments for me.
You got
I was
new
so
boobs.
flat chested all my life, and then
They look really good in that dress.
the nachos, it just like it started to fill out.
That's so funny because I wrote a thing on my notes about how I'm a really bad feminist.
Yeah, well, I think it's just like our generation isn't. We weren't necessarily the best at standing up for ourselves or standing up to men.
You
We
can
were
also
more
take-
in the appeasing men years. We're like, oh,
Yeah.
I don't want these guys to hate me. I want to work with these guys. I want to get along with these guys. I want to be one of the guys. Like, I
Yeah.
think it was a lot of that for a long time.
But it's not just that. You can still. Okay, so I'll tell you mine that I wrote down, and you can see why I say it. Maybe you can still appreciate a man doing something for you.
Me too. Absolutely.
Like,
Definitely.
I had to drive to Reno. I don't know what it is about going to Reno.
Oh, no, don't tell me you popped another tire.
No. So it was the day I don't know if you knew because you were already on the boat and you might not have seen local news, but
No.
a bunch of fires started up. So the whole
I
5 was
did.
closed.
Oh, yeah.
So then I tried to take our way up to the 39, and the 14 was completely closed. They closed, like when I was, it took me 3 hours to get from my house, like to Sylmar, like
Oh my
14
God.
miles.
Oh, my God.
And there was like smoke and everything. And I was like, I can't get out.
How did you get out?
And I was headlining that night.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, I can't get out. I don't know where to go. And I was like, I'm going to have to call and cancel my headlining gig because I cannot figure out how to get out of LA. Like, because then they started closing all the streets. So GPS was trying to reroute me, but all the streets were closed. So I was texting with the doctor, which I do frequently, my new best friend. And I was like, I can't get out of here. And then right away, my FaceTime comes up. He's very good about that.
Aw.
So he came on FaceTime, and I was like, and then I melted. And he's like, get on the 210, go all the way back to Pasadena, take the. So anyway, I had to go back. That's not important. The moral of the story is, I got very turned on by the fact that he saved me and got me to Reno.
I would be turned on too. I would be like,
And
thank
I was
you
like,
so much.
oh, you shouldn't need a man to save. And it's like, no, that was.
I love it. And he
Yeah.
got you to Reno and you didn't miss your show.
I wouldn't have made it.
Oh my God, that's so nice.
But that's what I wrote down because I literally put him like, I'm not a feminist, like, because that really turned me on.
Trust me, I feel the same way. I'm like anytime I have to change a light bulb, I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to get a boyfriend. Like I have a fear of step ladders. Like how am I gonna get up there? Like, do you know what I mean?
Oh, well, I'll change your light bulb.
You'll change
for
my light bulb for me? Thank you.
That's all I'll do, though.
I think it's the only
Don't
reason.
pull out the vibrators.
Oh, they're probably gonna be quite close to the light bulbs. Yeah. Well, thanks. That's good to know.
Yeah.
I'm really good with turning off my lights because I'm scared of that moment where one that's really high up on my ceiling blows, and I'll be like, "Well, I guess that's it. Candlelight for the rest of my life." Like one time, I blew out the light bulb in my bathroom in Toronto, and I remember tweeting about it every night because in the daytime you don't really notice your light bulbs burnt out because you get enough sunlight, and then every night I would come home and I'd be like, "Fuck! I forgot this light bulb is burnt out." So I'd have to pee in the dark, and I peed in the dark every night for like 2 weeks in a row.
Oh, wow.
Before I
That's
finally
commitment.
pulled it together and remembered to buy a light bulb. And
But
then,
I think there's some middle ground where you can stand up for women's rights and also still be turned on by a strong man.
exactly. I mean, they're not useless, man. They have a lot of things that they can do for us, and I appreciate that. That's about it.
Can we talk?
Do we want to talk
I
about
wanna talk
my
about
date
your
last
date.
night?
Yes,
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, oh my God.
I wanted to bring it up, but I was like, maybe I should wait for her to
So
bring it up.
Sunday, first of all, I came back from the cruise, and I literally did not leave the house for 3 nights. I went to yoga, and that was it. Yoga and Trader Joe's. Then I stayed at home watching spooky movies, which maybe you saw my Instagram stories. I've been having a good time chirping the 80s horror movies. So then on Sunday, the guy that I slept with last time on the Joy, the young Jewish fella, 25. Oh, he turned 26 right after I fucked him.
Snotty Magoo.
Yeah, that's the effect I have on men. They grow up so fast.
He had a cold.
He had a cold, yeah. And so I used to go by his desk all the time and be like, do you still have a sore throat? Do you still have a sore throat? Is the sore throat gone? Like, that was my way of flirting with him. So then he messages me on Sunday. He's like, he was like, hey, how are you? And I was like, good. And then I was like, just got off the Joy. And then I was like, oh, wait, I remember months ago, he told me he was coming to LA in October. So then I was like, oh, are you in town? He goes, yeah, I'm at Universal Studios. And I was like, oh my God, that's behind my house. So then, even though I was in a row.
He could literally take a scooter to your house.
He could have taken
a bird.
scooter. He could have taken a bird to my house. So then I was like, oh, and then at first I was like, is he inviting me? And even though I literally looked like I just escaped a mental institution, I was in this polka dotted robe, I had wet hair, my glasses, no makeup, I was like, oh, do you want me to come to Universal Studios? I didn't know. I kind of invited myself.
He's like,
and he's like,
no.
oh, no. He's like, I'm with my brother. My brother's moving to Australia, but I want to set a time to hang out with you this week. So yeah, so then we went out last night. We went to El Compadre. And
So good.
it was good. At first, I was going to take him to Jones, and then he was like, I'm in shorts and a T-shirt. And then I was like, I don't think that Jones has a dress code, but then I got nervous. But anyways, so yeah. But I also, remember I told you, this would just be my luck. When I reorganize my schedule for a guy when I think I'm going to get laid, that's usually when the deal falls apart.
Whenever you change your schedule around, it never happens. It's like Murphy's Law.
It is the Murphy's Law of sex. Once you make yourself super available, remember I was like, okay, I'm going to clear my schedule.
But did you have plans that you canceled?
Just babysitting.
Oh, for today. Okay.
Yeah, because I messaged Augie and Julie, and I was like,
yeah?
I don't want to walk of shame. Dottie's catching on to things very fast. She's going to be able to smell the cock on my breath.
Okay, I have a story about that, but I didn't want to bring it up. Smell the cock on my breath. Oh my God, she's 4. Oh, she's only 2?
Yeah, she's 2.
I didn't even know how old she was.
We don't want her to pick up on these things this early in life. Maybe when she's 6. We'll be like, sometimes girls
in
have
that
time.
family, it doesn't matter because when I arrived this morning, Julie was cracking up and she's like, oh, we told Porter Christina didn't make it because she's having sex. That's the 6-year-old.
No, Porter's 4.
No, he's
We're
not.
only 5 and 3 now.
Why
no,
do I think
4 and 2? 5 and 3.
I admire how open they are with their
I love
kids,
it.
but I'm also stunned constantly.
I swear to God, I was going to go by their house on Tuesday because I was like, I just need to put in some FaceTime with Porter because I know he's going to be jealous. He's going to be mad. But yeah, so anyways, I was so many funny. So I thought when he said, okay, I can't be out late tonight because I have an early morning. So I thought that when he said that in that message, I was like, oh, it's over. We're probably just going to go out and eat and go home. So I certainly didn't clean my apartment or really get sex ready, if you know what I'm saying, Paul. You know,
Christina, you always
pull out the razor, do a little raking down there. You know what I'm saying?
How many dates do you go on and never prepare?
All of them. It's a jinx. Whenever I wax, nobody talks to me. If I go to the bar nasty and like gross, everybody talks to me. It's pheromones, I'm telling you. But anyways, but then it becomes apparent. And then he's so confident, by the way. He's like, no, I fully intended on like coming over to your house. I thought we'd go for early dinner and we go over to your house. So we went back to the place he was staying because I was like, don't go home in the morning and then go to Ventura. That's going to be a nightmare. You're going to have so much traffic. So when we left the restaurant, he went back to where he's staying in Beverly Hills, picked up some stuff. We went to my house. But anyways, we had to stop for condoms at CVS, okay?
Christina used condoms.
True story, guys. I'm back, and I'm safer than ever.
Where's
As you can tell, I've been at CVS.
Where's the shrimp? Oh my God, that's an orny joke right there with that
yeah.
receipt.
Oh no, I know. Can't we just use this and wrap this around his dick? Like, shove this in my body. It's great. It's a tampon and condom in one. That's great. Here we go. Whatever. Okay, so here's where it gets funny. Okay, so I'm also like, oh, I also need to get toilet paper anyways. So he goes to the condom aisle, gets condoms. I go to the toilet paper aisle, I get toilet paper. So I'm like kind of in front of him, and I put the toilet paper on the cashier, and then he's like waiting to pay for the condoms. And I was like, just put them. I grabbed the condoms. I just like put them on top of the toilet paper. I'm like, I'll pay for this. I was like, and then I looked at the cashier, and I go, they're both going to the same place. We all like paused, and then we all burst out laughing.
Oh my God.
Because I realized, oh my God. I was like, well, no. I mean, the toilet paper is going to go on the back side, and the condoms are going to go on the front side. Oh.
I gotta pause. Well, you weren't totally wrong. You used toilet paper for the front, too.
I use toilet paper for the front, too, but I feel like maybe a man's first reaction isn't, because I don't feel like guys
That was my first reaction.
Guys don't really use toilet paper on when they're just peeing, do they?
No.
See, so when I go, oh, they're both going to the same place anyways.
Sounds pretty
It
kinky.
could sound more in the bum. And then I just like, I died a little bit. Like I just stood there with the cashier and I was like.
They didn't laugh? It's hilarious.
Oh no, then we burst out laughing once there was an awkward silence, but there was like a good awkward silence. And then all of a sudden all three of us burst out laughing. And I was like, no, the toilet paper is going to go to a different spot than the condoms. But anyways, so then, so whatever. Home, the sex. And then in the morning, it's funny because when I slept with him on the cruise ship, he accidentally left his phone in my room. And then today, like he got up really early because he had to drive to Ventura to catch a ferry to go to an island I've never heard of before. That's what they all say. Anyways, it's fine. Don't worry about it. And then
Santa Barbara? Where was he going from Ventura?
He was going to Channel Islands. A Channel Island? Does that make sense?
Sure.
I know. Don't worry. I guess when you got to go, you got to go.
Maybe he didn't know where he was going, probably.
I know. Well, it turns out he couldn't even get on the ferry. It was too windy, and then whatever. But yeah. So then once I got up later in the day, I just noticed like some clothing kind of pushed underneath my TV, and yeah, he left his pants.
You didn't see him go?
Yeah, I got up. I put on a short.
What was he wearing?
I guess he was wearing some sort of pants. They weren't mine.
Oh, but he went and picked up his luggage.
Yeah, he did pick up something.
Yeah, but how do you leave your pants?
I know. I'm telling
you. And your
slick,
apartment is small.
I know. Slick, leave behind, if you ask me.
It's not like there's multiple bedrooms and he just didn't see them.
So I feel like he's coming back before he leaves town.
That's a weird thing
Here's
to leave your pants.
Here's the weirdest thing about the sex, and I almost feel very awkward bringing this part up.
Oh, really?
But, like,
after everything you've said?
No, this is more awkward. There was like a time where like a part of the sex, I don't know if you've ever had somebody do this to you, but like, so I was going down on him and, just like warming up. This is like pre-sex, like foreplay. And then I think he was trying to stick his toe in my vagina. Right? I think that he was like, oh, I don't want to leave her untouched, but his hand couldn't reach because my body is so far down.
He was fingering you with his
And
toes.
so I think he was just trying to like tickle me with his toes because he couldn't reach with his hand. And then I was like,
He's a toe tickler.
Yes, I think he's a toe tickler.
That's the name.
Uh-oh, toe tickler. So wait, by your reaction, I'm taking maybe you've had this happen to you before?
Only once. Yeah, but yeah.
So yeah, anyways, I know he meant well. I know he wasn't like, oh, let me creep her out with some toe jam and her bing bang. But like, I was like, I think he's trying to tickle me with his toes.
Did it work?
No, I pulled away. I was like, oh no, I don't want a toe in there. No, I'll wait for the cock. I'm all right. I don't need any toe foreplay.
I really never like that. Not that it has to be toes, but sometimes I feel like guys think they have to use finger or do something while you're. And to me, it's just a distraction.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't fully enjoy myself when I'm working, and I am working.
Same. That's how I feel about why I don't like 69ing, because I can't focus on getting mine, on relaxing enough to have mine if I'm working on you. I can only one at a time.
It just ends up with both of them being sort of mediocre.
Yeah, exactly. Where I'm too distracted. And
I agree.
But I'm glad that I'm not the only one that's been
for the 500,000 men that we have listening.
We don't need toes.
No need.
Okay. But you know what? Sweet effort. I know you were just like, oh no, I want her to get tickled too while I'm getting this. And
No,
my body's too far down. His hand can't reach. I get it. But it doesn't mean I need the toe tickling my clit.
Or maybe his toenail was just trying to comb your hair a little bit.
He was twirling my pubes with his toe.
His little pinky.
You know, I like to make little kanickies. That's my favorite.
He had 5 toes just massaging. The hair probably felt good on his toes. Sometimes in a furry carpet, you like to rub. Or
What'd you call me?
Sandy. A sandy beach. Rubbing your toes in a sandy beach.
Oh, yeah. I mean, oh, man.
I'm sweating.
I know, so am I.
I'm sweating so much.
Here's the nice thing. So that's the first time I've christened my apartment. That's the first time I've fucked somebody in my apartment. So now I notice that I have a headboard. I notice that I have a ceiling fan. All these things I never used before.
That's the first time you had sex with someone?
Yes. That's the first condom I've ever thrown in my own garbage and looked down on hours later with pride. I was like, oh, yeah.
You want a finger lock?
Finger lock. Yeah. Guys, it's powerful. Oh, my God.
Well, congratulations.
I popped my cougar cherry with him, right? And I did tell him that I wrote a joke about him. But it's a nice, easy, simple joke. It's not too.
So he's coming back from Ventura before he leaves?
Yeah, well, he already turned around because he got there and the ferry got canceled because it's too windy out there. So they didn't even have a ferry over there. It sounds like there's not much over there, and you just go over for hiking and beach purposes, and then you have to catch the ferry back unless you're gonna camp overnight. But he wasn't gonna camp.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
It was supposed to be a day hiking trip. But
so there might be more.
Yeah,
more toe jam.
I gotta get toe banged tonight. Toe blasted.
It was a toe jam. Oh, toe
blasted. Toe blasted? Toe, yeah. Or
I don't know. Toe tickler's pretty funny.
What do you say? You say finger banged. I got toe banged. He's trying to toe bang me.
No, Paul.
So
Paul's
sweet.
saying no.
Some sweet toe diddles. He tried to toe diddle me.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, and then do you ever get not paranoid, but do you ever get the feeling that somebody might have a fake or another Instagram account to watch your stories, but in another name so that they don't know that you're watching them? Do you ever get paranoid that somebody's doing that?
Totally.
Paul's coming on.
Paul just got heated.
Paul's
a
on
creep
this.
account.
What was that?
People got their creep accounts.
How many do you have,
Yeah.
Paul?
37.
Yeah, because then this morning, because I have no shame, so obviously I posted it on Instagram. At first, I just sent it to you.
Yeah.
I was like, I hope I don't post this publicly, but I'm like, but then I actually made a poll on my Instagram, and I was like, this guy left his pants in my house. Do you think he's coming back? I'm like, also, he had to wake up at 6 a.m. to go to Ventura to catch a ferry to go to an island I've never heard of before. It sounds, it sounds like Diss City, but I know he's not. He's great.
And you feel like he has a creep account?
No, so I don't feel like he has a creep account. In fact, I don't even really think he watches that much social media, or he's not involved with it that much. But I think then there's the other 2 younger men that, so my last Hinge date and then the guy in Seattle, both younger, another 25-year-old in Seattle. But they both texted me this morning. Hey, what's up? What are you doing? What's going on? Both of them, back to back after I posted
They
that.
think you're in heat or something?
Yeah, maybe. They're probably like, oh no, I hope she's not falling in love with some other guy. I need to fuck her first. I haven't fucked her yet. I don't know. It was just very mysterious how both of their texts came in really, quite
What
soon
are you thinking,
this morning.
Paul? Your eyes just got squinty.
Do you think that they watched? Do you think they watched my story? Because yesterday I posted an Instagram story about doing double fitness.
I was really scared of what was coming after double.
What? I got double toe banged.
Every dude,
right,
every
left,
foot.
right. Every dude. Yeah. Oh my god. So yeah. Anyways, I was like, wow.
Did you respond to them?
Yep. I just said, hey, what's up? Back. But what am I gonna do? I don't.
Neither
yeah.
one of them lives here, right?
One of them lives here, because there's the Sherman Oaks
Oh,
one.
the Hinge date.
The Hinger lives here. And
I
then
don't
the
even
Seattle
know
guy.
which one that is. I'm so confused. There's too many.
What can I say, guys? I'm a player for real.
Can you just find your Zoran and get it over?
Oh my god, did I even give you the present yet?
No.
Oh my god! I pulled over the purse at the beginning of the episode, and I fucking. That's how
just-
big my purse is. It
You've
takes
just
a long.
held it this whole time.
I know, it's just been in my lap.
I didn't know I was going to open it on air.
Now, I don't know if you guys have seen High Fidelity, but this is like modern day High Fidelity where he has made you a mix. He's made you a USB key mix full of love songs, I'm sure.
Oh, God. Do you think there's any pictures on you?
Oh my god, I hope there's all dick pics.
No.
And like, I hope it's all dick pics and like, take a look at me now. There's
He's
just
not gonna
an
be dick
empty
pics.
space.
Let me open it up on my laptop.
There's not going to be.
Yeah, do it. Do
There's
it.
not going to be dick pics.
It's probably just gonna be music. Let's see what
Yeah.
songs Zoran wants to dedicate to you.
I gotta get the other laptop.
I am very DJ. DJ Yum Yum. Yum Yum. Yum Yum. That's what I used to say every day. Yeah, when I went into the club, I was like, I can have a red Yum Yum today. He's like, what kind of Yum Yum you want today? Because I always went white, red. Oh, either white or red wine. Always wine. No hard alcohol.
He never gave you a bottle, did he?
What was that?
Did he ever give you a bottle?
What do you mean a battle?
A bottle.
Oh, a bottle. He tried to
Bottle.
one night, and I was like, oh no, I can't take that whole thing.
What?
But I don't know. I felt bad.
He just came to me one night and he goes, give me your bag. And I was like, what's he going to, I didn't know he was going to put in there. And he went back to the bar. Here. Oh, thanks.
Nice. I think we did a shot one night, but that's about it.
Yeah, he did a lot of shots behind the bar.
Oh yeah, I did have a fun time. What songs are on there? Paul's laughing. What's on there?
Just because I opened it up and the file, there's one file on the hard drive and it's called Some More Noise for You.
Some more what?
It just says Some More Noise for You.
Some more noise for you.
That's the name of his mixtape.
I like it.
Cute.
I
Jesus
like it.
Christ.
I like the broken English, guys. Don't be mean to Zoran.
I love broken English. I tell you, it's my
Don't be
fave.
mean to Zoran.
Um,
I don't know. I think I'm out of my notes already.
um,
I had 7 notes.
sorry guys.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think the toe in the vagina gave me gas.
I did. I never made it to revisions in Reno.
Oh, it's
So
okay.
listen to this. After it took me 10 hours to get there, and
Uh-oh.
I thought I was performing at the Nugget in Sparks.
Uh-oh.
I get to Sparks, and it's like an hour and a half before my show, and I go try and check in, and they're like, we don't have a comedy club. I go, what do you mean? And it turned out I was in Carson City, and I freaked out. I was like, oh, where's Carson City?
Oh yeah.
I was
at
at
least
the
it's only
wrong Nugget.
40 minutes away?
Yeah, but I was at the wrong
Oh
Nugget.
my god, at the wrong Nugget.
And I could have driven back to Sparks the next day, but I was only there for like barely 48 hours, and it took me
That's
10
fine.
hours to get there. So the next day, I was just like, I'm not driving back to
Oh,
Sparks.
it's fine. They had a really funny Halloween beer. Like the name of the beer, I already forgot what it's called.
All
but
the stuff they put on social media looks awesome.
it's so good. I'm a fan, and I'm doing stud work tomorrow night.
I saw that you were doing stud work.
I'm excited, and I always see you wear the shirt, so I know you like that place. So I'll
That's
try
a
to get them.
drive.
I know. I'll get some beer there though. I'll definitely bring us.
Oh
back
yeah,
some
they
beer
give
at
you a
Stud Work.
lot of beer.
Dude, well, next week's podcast, Jillin Off, is going to be sponsored by Stud Work. So what's on here, Paul?
Pick any song. Who is that? At first, I thought it was Meatloaf.
Is this?
There are probably 200 songs on this hard drive.
No
at least,
way.
And
yeah.
is it all like Serbian meatloafs or?
No. There's anything from 80s to BB King anthology.
Oh
which
my
gave you
god.
Dude, I'm
Julio
excited.
Iglesias.
You're really going to be rocking out at LA Fitness this week.
There's one. Wait. There's one called Just Good Music.
Oh, what's on that one?
There's Alanis Morissette on it. I didn't know he was a big Alanis Morissette guy.
Oh,
There's
I
no
love
pictures?
Alanis.
There's no pictures. I mean,
Good.
not that I found yet. There's a lot of folders.
It's okay. No, he's not. I don't think he's the type to send dick pic. That's no. Zoran is classy.
Oh, there's one called Some Serbian and Croatian Music.
Oh, I want to hear that.
Put on one of them. Put on something in another language just for fun. Just so we can hear it. It's hard to hear. Oh, yeah, there you go. Oh, now it's fuzzy. Am I going to have to sit at home and translate all these songs?
Yeah. There's probably like all these love messages in Serbian for you.
Why did you leave me on the boat? I know how to find you in Los Angeles.
Oi! His ois are very powerful. Oi!
Yeah.
Also, here's the other note I made yesterday. So I did go for double fitness yesterday. So I went to hot yoga and then I went for a hike. But it was like really hot yesterday. Like even when I went hiking, it was like 4 p.m.
It was so hot.
It was still like 87 degrees, but I do hot yoga, so I'm used to exercising in heat, so I'm fine with it.
It's hot as fuck.
But then I wore shorts like an idiot, and then I chafed like so hard that I was scared. Like I don't think that you should wear shorts on a hike on a hot day, like 3 hours before a date. Because then if like he was going down on me and just like between ththese two like red patches, what am I supposed to say? Like, oh, I'm sorry, my vagina's blushing right now. Like just like the patches of red. Paul's not getting a hard on for a week. Like he just gave me a face that says I can no longer get turned on for at least 7 days.
You got to wear biker shorts.
I know I should have these shorts. Well, here's the thing. All my shorts ride right up to my vagina anyway. So it's like even if they were covering the upper thigh, if I don't pull them out every 5 minutes, they're just like up there for half the hike.
Oh.
And my thighs are like,
Fancy.
that's just the kind of size girl I am.
The noise keeps away bugs.
Oh my God, there was so many flies yesterday. It was disgusting.
Don't keep my music.
Oh,
Paul.
seems like Paul wants Zoran's mix. Oh. Zoran from Serbia. Paul Antonio wants to be your friend on Facebook.
Well, I don't want to brag, but this is the second round of music that I've gotten.
From him?
I got one when I left the ship.
You did? Oh my God. He's like your music dealer.
Round 2.
It's so cute.
You could have just gave an iTunes gift card. Would have been easier
That's not personal, Paul.
with a note.
That's not personal.
He could have paid for your Spotify.
Oh my God.
I was hoping it was just a one-way ticket to Serbia.
Oh my God.
I'm kidding.
I would not be surprised.
I'm kidding.
You live with my mom.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
A one-way ticket and a cooking apron.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I guess I don't have much left to talk about. The only other things
Why am I sweating so much? Do I smell?
No, trust me, I feel like I'm sweating too. But here's some weird things. So
Thursday
anyways,
night football, I got to smell good.
I dropped off in Guatemala.
I was just going to say, why does it say Guatemala on your paper?
And here's how crazy. So like we knew we were getting like we got like a weird van where I was like, we were just like in this van with our suitcases and like no seatbelts and stuff. It was fine. We got to the airport. But Guatemala is like dangerous. Like we passed these trucks where it's just like guys driving and like other dudes in the passenger seat with giant rifles like this, like just ready to shoot at anybody who tries to jump at their car. And
That's
apparently
how it
there
was when I went to Egypt.
It was
Insane.
terrifying.
And no rules of the road.
Yeah, no rules,
There's
no
just everywhere.
seatbelts. I know it was so funny when I got in, and I was with the divas, who I love. These girls, Hannah and Donna, who I met on the ship. They're amazing. They were in my van too, and so I'm just kidding. We're like, I wonder if this van has AC. Meanwhile, it has like no seatbelts and a gun. Yeah. Guatemala style, guys. And then also on the first ship, I know you said this on the podcast I just listened to. You talked about some code, like a code
Yeah.
where there's a passenger that might be like dying or whatever. So on the first week of my ship, which was actually more young people, like one of my friends from high school was actually on the ship. Just because it's like a 5-day cruise, so people can take breaks from their kids or whatever. But we had choppers that came and flew onto the ship 3 times to get passengers off.
What is
that had
that
to go to the
code? Why
hospital.
can't I remember that code right now?
I know, I can't remember it.
Oh my
either.
God, it came on during the show too.
Yeah.
Oh my God, choppers. That's really bad. Because they told me.
3. There was 2 in one day.
They told me. Well, that must. Okay, so they didn't die. If they die, they have a morgue downstairs.
Exactly. These ones weren't dead. These ones could have been like heart attacks or
serious.
something. Tom made the funny joke. He's like, well, it seems like getting a helicopter off the ship is the #1 excursion on this wing.
Oh my God, it's gonna drive me crazy that I can't remember what they said. Oh man. All right, let it go. Let it go.
Anyways,
Otherwise, I'll obsess about it for the rest of the.
did
Yeah, a lot of people go down on the ships.
I know, it's crazy.
They say a lot more people go overboard, but they don't put it in the news or something. But that there's a number. I can see when you're on it. I can sort of see how it happens.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, you're older and
Well, also, I feel like or maybe my personality is a little more morbid. But sometimes you look over and you just see that water, and I could see somebody being totally pressed and just being like, "I'm done."
what a way to go. Oh, I know that man overboard is Oscar. That's a code Oscar. Because I'm whatever, the safety drill, I kind of read the thingy. And then I was like, okay, that's the only one I kind of retained.
Code Oscar?
Code Oscar.
Oh,
that's a man overboard. Yeah. So anyways, but it was crazy. The first week, I got on the ship in Vancouver, and then, I don't know, there was some weird current, and then they canceled Victoria. And then we got our first night off. So we all just went out drinking in Vancouver. It was so fun.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And then we went to San Francisco. Then those passengers got off in LA. Then we got new passengers, which were older because they were a 16-day cruise. That's why we went to Cabo San Lucas. Mazatlan was my day off, which is,
It must be weird to fly to Canada to get on a boat and then you stop in Los Angeles.
I know. I literally took the ship right back home.
You're just staring at LA like, okay, I guess. Can we take off again? This is where I don't want to be.
I know. Exactly. You're not even in LA. You're in San Pedro.
I know.
More passengers. Be like, good luck getting to LA.
Yeah, they probably get so excited. We're going to go see Hollywood. Yeah, good luck. 3 hours.
It's going to take you 3 hours to get there.
And then there's going to be a really dirty sidewalk with stars.
Yeah, exactly.
You see all those tourists walking down looking at stars. I'm like, oh my God, this has got to be one of the worst destination places.
It really does. Although I feel like Mazatlan was like a little bit dirty too, but that was my day off, so I did not care. We went for margaritas. We had we found this rooftop pool in a Best Western, which is like whatever, but
That's still cool.
oh, it was the best. It was perfect. And then Puerto Vallarta, I only made it
Rooftop.
across the street. I went shopping. I bought a new dress, but I was like, I was quite harassed. Like the second I came out of the cruise area, of just all these like guys coming out to me. Why you no boyfriend? Where your boyfriend? Where your boyfriend at? Why you alone? Where's your boyfriend? You have no boyfriend? And I was just like, I just trying to cross the street and go to the mall. And then I just went home. And then we went out in Acapulco, but that place was a little bit dirty too. And it was like, we just found a restaurant.
Yeah, usually those tourist places are kind of.
Yeah. Anyways.
But the best stop is Canada.
I really do think that Vancouver is, that's a nice port. And Victoria is obviously
Yeah,
really
Victoria was beautiful.
Nice. And I had a blast in San Francisco.
Alaska was pretty, but it was still sort of
I
just
loved
like
Alaska.
touristy shops, but it wasn't dirty.
But everybody on the ship is just over Alaska. They're so excited to get to Mexico. But it was nice, the weather. And then, we got off in Guatemala. Then it was like Costa Rica and Aruba were next.
That's cool.
I know. Anyways, and then getting on the getaway November 7th. And how creepy am I? Did I not go on Google and search Google? Is there the moon on the Norwegian getaway?
Oh, you're getting back on November 7th?
Yeah.
Jesus, that's fast.
They made a typo. It was
Is it 2 weeks?
That's another 2-week one. But at first it was only supposed to be 1 week. And it said the 18th, the 25th or something. And then I got my sheet last week and it said November 8th. And I was like, is this a typo? Because I took a screenshot of the email and I was like, you definitely said November 18th in this email. Here you go. It's fine. I can do it. But I'm going, and then they're like, oh, it was actually supposed to be November 8th you start. So I had to cancel a few things. But anyways, man, remember when I was talking about putting toes in my vagina and now I'm just like babbling about my schedule? It seems like this podcast has gone way downhill.
Looks like I'm going to be getting some guest hosts.
Oh no, I know. Well, if we learned how to count, we can stockpile a few.
Well, we'll talk about this off air. Nobody cares.
But we can totally have a guest. Whoever you guys think can burp as good as me, I feel like you should have on the podcast.
Paul, do you have anything exciting happening in your life?
Yeah.
No.
Are you completely stone free?
I hope so.
Do you have any new girlfriends?
Oh
No.
And I met.
Nothing's going right. Oh, I got curved in the funniest way yesterday at Ontario Improv.
You got what?
What's curved?
So curved is when like so I had these two girls come up to me after the show.
I've never heard that term.
Me neither.
It's kind of like when you get not exactly rejected, but kind of like rejected for like the beginning, if that makes sense. So anyways,
But you mean rejected before you even offered anything?
yeah.
See, that's
that's
dirty.
like curved. That's what's
I
curved.
hate that. I get that all the time. You're like, man, if you weren't a comic, I would totally fuck you. And I'm like, I don't remember offering my vagina to you.
Okay.
Let me see your toes. I'm just kidding.
So pretty much the show was great. Every comic had a good set, and like the audience was really
Love
into it.
Ontario
and-
improv.
Oh, it was great. So everybody coming out was super excited and everything. So I'm talking to some people, and then there's like people waiting to talk to us. Like that's how cool it was. Like everybody was actually waiting. So these two girls were waiting, and then they came up to me. I'm like, hey, what's up? And they're like, hey, and they said, what's his Instagram over there? Like to this other guy, right? To another male comic. And I was like, don't worry. I was like looking out for my boy. I was like, don't worry. This is his Instagram. So they got his Instagram. They're like, okay, cool. And I was like, and since it's open, you might as well get my Instagram, right? That's how you work it.
Totally.
So then I was like, here's my Instagram. And I showed them my Instagram. They're like, oh, okay. And then they're spelling it out. And then they open. They're like, this is you. And I was like, yeah, this is me. Both of them. They're like, yeah. And they're like, cool. We'll follow you right now. It was so nice meeting you. Guys did great. Bye. And then they're like, bye. And then they left. I never got a new follower then.
Oh.
So it's one thing to just be like, yeah, I'll follow you.
That's so rude.
They typed it in and went to my profile and showed me my own profile.
and then just didn't hit
follow
follow.
me. Yeah.
Oh.
That's
pretty good.
rude.
I was
Rude.
impressed. I
It
was like,
doesn't
"That's
take that
pretty
much to just follow a person. But can you
Yeah.
tell us the other male that they were so interested in?
good." Oh, Marcus Hawkins.
I have no idea who that is.
It's
I don't either.
Me and Marcus have been opening for Bruce Jingles for a while.
oh, it
Bruce.
was a
I know
Bruce Jingles
It's a
show?
Bruce Jingles show. Yeah.
All right. Oh, yeah, that's right. I did see that on your Instagram today.
Yeah, Ontario Improv is awesome.
It's so fun.
I
It
haven't
is.
been there in a while.
I don't think I have either. It is nice to be off the internet on the ship, where I only go on the internet if I'm in a port.
Yeah, I didn't miss it.
It was nice to be off the grid. But now that I'm back on the grid, I'm super like, I'm checking Instagram all the time. I totally saw you at the Bruce Jingles show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was fun.
Oh, you never bought like a package to
Nope.
get any?
Nope.
Oh, I did.
That was the least amount of money I ever spent on a ship. My whole bill for like 2 weeks was $80. And that's with the room fees, like for your room getting cleaned, which is like $4 a day or something.
Well, I
That was
don't like
good.
not being able to check my email or something to see if I get a show.
I mean,
Because I've missed shows where, like, if you don't answer in that day, they ask somebody else.
I did
so-
miss one Flappers one, but then
don't-
they hit me up with another one right after.
Oh,
So,
flapper.
so come see me at Flappers November 3rd. Pretty please.
I'll come see you November 3rd.
I love it. November 3rd.
Where else are we going to be? Let's plug some shows like real professionals.
So I will be at Flappers, I believe, November 3rd. Tomorrow I'll be in Sedgwick, and
Well,
that'll
this
be
comes
3
out
days ago. Yeah, that'll be
Monday.
in the past. And then I'll be on the Norwegian Getaway from like November 8th. And I get one night in New Orleans because they fly me a day early, and I've never been to New Orleans. So expect my fucking Instagram to be going off. Going on a bar crawl for one, showing everybody my boobs, and then going to bed.
Are you really going to show people your boobs?
Nope. Hell no. But didn't I sound really cool for a minute there? I'm all talk.
It's just people that don't want to see them. It's like people at the hotel.
I know.
Look at them.
I'm just like chilling at the Radisson. I'm like, hey, can
my
I get a
nephew's
latte?
graduation.
Why
Look
do
at
I keep
'em.
getting curved? see my
These
boobs.
people are curving. They don't want to see my curves. All right.
Well,
Well,
today we're sponsored by people that don't actually sponsor us. We brought our own beer.
I'm drinking Golden Road Wolf Pup. 'Cause it's a light beer, 4.5%.
We
So
got to
anyway-
get some more dudes. Dudes is supposed to be opening in Hollywood.
Oh, yeah.
And we were supposed to get revisions, but I'm an idiot. And
I'm going to
literally,
get stud work.
when I did drive to Sparks, revisions is literally right behind it.
I know.
I didn't realize it was that close.
Yeah, it was. Because remember, we almost went to the Nugget that
And
night.
then I was so
We
bummed.
probably should have.
I know. Why the hell did we take this?
Okay, well, whatever.
We gotta
we had
go.
we had an adventure. Anyways,
Guys, follow us. You can see all my dates at jenmurphy.live is my
And
new website.
You could see the aftermath of my dates. I mean, dates like guys I'm sleeping with on my Instagram at Walkinshaw.
Oh, yes, you can.
There could be a pair of pants for sale very shortly. $5 or best offer. Maybe I should sell the pants and the belt separately. The belt might be worth more. Anyways, I'm just kidding.
The picture's so funny because they were on your floor as if someone just stepped out of them.
I know. I hope he doesn't mind that, like, okay, if you left your pants on my
No.
floor, I hope you know that I'm going to leave your pants on my floor.
But that's why he knows he left them, because picture like a studio, like yours is a nice apartment. I'm not trying to make it sound like it's totally small, but I've seen it, and it's kind of the way it's laid out.
You would notice
if pants
that.
are in the middle of the floor, you're not missing them.
But he had pushed them kind of under the TV. Like it was
Oh.
like, so I pulled them out from under the TV. I was like, are those his pants? And I know because I don't wear belts because all my pants, they stay up all right, a little too snug. So when I saw some pants with a belt, I knew they weren't mine. I'm like, I have a big ass, so that is my version of a belt. Nothing comes off these fucking curves. All right. And then I just pulled out the pants, but they were kind of pushed underneath the TV. I don't know how they got pushed under there.
Probably in the morning, he kicked them under. So
Yeah, I was probably like, I'll be back,
I gotta come back and get my pants.
which I'm super into. He's a Leo. He's cute. It's a good match.
Yeah. All right. On that
right.
note, chilling off.
On that note, keep Jillin. Thank you for listening. And if you haven't listened to Bareback Mountain, go back in time and do it. It's a gem.